Hi, I'm Josh with Real Property Management Express, and I want to talk to you today about the new ordinance that is in front of the Sioux Falls City Council up for consideration of making Sioux Falls a shelter in place. So we want to look specifically at how, if this got passed, how it would affect rental properties. You might be a property owner, or you might be a resident living in a property or looking to rent a property, and kind of wondering how would I do that? Is property management considered essential? So let's look at that. So first of all, understand where we are in time. We are on Thursday the 16th. Yesterday was the first day that it was in front of the council. In the evening, it got the first reading, and there was a pretty lively discussion surrounding it. Lots of people from the community are very interested in this topic. If it goes into effect, it'll go into effect on the 24th of April, and then it'll last for 2 weeks, ending May 8th, if it's not extended. So what is an essential business? Well, first of all, in the ordinance as written, there's a list, but it's a really small list. But the ordinance does reference another list from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. Didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. That has 12 pages of essential jobs. And it has things that says things like certain critical infrastructure industries have special responsibility in these times to continue operations. Or things like that there's essential workers that are needed to maintain the services and functions Americans depend on daily. Also, to consider that government and businesses need to consider the implications of business operations beyond the jurisdiction where the asset or faculty is located. So, for example, with the Smithfield situation where that business has shut down indefinitely, it doesn't only affect Sioux Falls, but it affects the pork producers in Minnesota or Iowa. And so this instruction is saying, hey, you got to consider all of that when you're looking at what essential business is. So this just comes right out of that CISA of all the different aspects that are critical to our nation. So in terms of property management and rental properties, some sections I want to point out. So there's a residential and shelter section, and it says that workers, these people are essential, the workers that are responsible for leasing of residential property. And the purpose, of course, is to provide access to available housing. So if you're looking to rent a place, you will still be able to do that. And if you're a property manager or a landlord, you will still be able to go out and show property. Also, workers responsible for handling property management, maintenance, and related service calls are essential. So things like showing property, processing applications, negotiating leases, the unit make-readies, the maintenance coordination, and vacant unit marketing would all be things I think that would fall under the essential category. The next section deals with public works and infrastructure. So things like plumbers, electricians, exterminators, builders, contractors, HVAC technicians, etc. People that provide services that are necessary to maintaining the safety, sanitation, and essential operation of residences and businesses, and then also trash services are essential. Also under the hygiene section, it talks about workers that providing personal and household goods repair and maintenance, or workers that install or maintain water and heating equipment, as well as janitorial and cleaning personnel. And so that's going to include all the HVAC people, the plumbing, electric, appliance repair, even landscaping is mentioned as essential, and then cleaning and janitorial services. And the purpose there is, of course, to protect the frontline workers, the property managers, also to clean the common areas that are touched and used by residents of multifamily spaces, and, of course, trash pickup. This one kind of surprised me. So financial services, essential workers are those that are needed to process financial transactions, including payments, or those that are needed to maintain orderly market operations to ensure the continuity of financial transactions, and then also those who support financial operations. And so that's going to be, rent collection and accounting, paying utility and maintenance bills, property taxes and mortgages, returning security deposits and processing owner draws and payroll, right? None of that stuff can stop, or people can really get hurt if, utilities aren't kept on, or security deposits can't get returned, and now how do you then go rent a new property? So all those things are important. Or you don't get an owner draw, so how can you pay for groceries for your family? Those type of things. And so just remember that, I guess, our conclusion here is that property management is essential. If you think about where housing sits within the hierarchy of needs, right? What do we need to survive, right? Really need to survive? Well, you need food, you need water, and you need shelter. And so those three things, everything else can kind of wait, but if you don't have those three things, it's pretty tough to survive as a human being. And we're just going to continue serving you. Now, some of that might change because we can adjust our business practices in order to limit the spread. So just because we're essential doesn't mean that we're out running and gunning and doing business as usual. So things that we have changed, this is a short list, but we're using virtual tours such as the 3D technology, video walkthroughs, or even FaceTime or Facebook chat, where we'll walk a person through a property so that we're not anywhere near them, but we can still have a conversation, show them the amenities, show them anything they want to see, and really help them understand the property. We can also do self-guided tours, so give you access to the property on your own so we're nowhere near you, just to maintain the social distancing. Also, we're really trying to only conduct emergency type maintenance, such as no heat, no water, or no hot water or a water leak. There's some things that get a little bit gray. For example, like a washer and dryer is technically not an emergency, but if we don't fix it, then that means that you can't not do laundry for 2 to 4 weeks. So that means you have to go to a laundromat. Well, now you're even contacting more people. So we have to kind of think about the spirit of the thing, not necessarily emergency or non-emergency, but more how do we limit contact both between our staff and the people living in the property, but also the people living in the property in the outside world. Collecting all rents via ACH, and then limiting walk-in traffic at our physical locations are all different things that we've done to help limit the spread. So just remember, take a pause. This law has not passed yet. We're just working through that process. Anything can happen between now and then. It could change. It could just get rejected, not passed at all. But if it passes, we are prepared. And finally, of course, if you have any questions, we're always here to help. Give us a call, email. There's our website, and we're happy to do what we can to help you as we get through this thing together. Thanks a lot.